it's only $36 million this year. Then it goes up to like 50 or whatever, but they continue to rework it. He's been outspoken when he's been asked about it, saying, hey, I got to make sure I keep the progression going for the QB market.
Sure, he knows that he doesn't want to bury people.
But at the same time, he also he knows his legacy. He wants to make sure that they can build a win, that they can bring back Chris Jones, that they can take care of Travis Kelce, that eventually they can pay Trent McDuffie. That's the spot they're in. You're the Lions. You made an NFC title game last year, your best season really in franchise history. And now you paid Amon-Ra St. Brown in one offseason. You paid Jared Goff. You paid Aiden Hutchinson not too long ago. You paid Penei Sewell, I think. I mean, the money is just being handed out, and now your job gets more challenging. And we know the Chiefs have assembled a championship team.
They have.
With the big money on the books. These other teams have had good seasons with rookie deals. Now let's see what happens.
Look, I think a lot of this is just a good reminder that you're kind of wasting your time, honestly, if you are burning any amount of free years, essentially, in my opinion, in quarterbacks. Because if Jared Goff, so just like if you're in the AFC, look at the AFC right now. Jared Goff's going to make $53 million a year, and it's pretty much all guaranteed. Okay, so just pretty close, right? It's not Deshaun Watson's $240 million guaranteed, but it's close. $170 million of the $212 million he's getting. I mean, that's pretty much all guaranteed, right? At that point, you're not offering him that much more in incentives outside of it. In the AFC right now, let's just assume everyone decides to pay their Jared Goff level quarterback. Okay, well, the Bills will have a pile of money tied up in their quarterback. So will Miami. Okay, so we're 2 for 2. Patriots, they got 4 years. They get the rookie quarterback deal. They got a shot to max out on there. Jets are already paying a quarterback $40 million a year. Ravens are paying their guy. Browns are paying their guy. Bengals are paying their guy already. Jags are close. Texans are close. Like the whole AFC South's really funny. They just got a bunch of quarterbacks, so nobody's had to pay out of that division yet. And then when you get to the West, obviously at least 2 of the teams have and the other 2 stink. So you got more than half the conference already paying big-time dollars to the conference, a few years away, and just as long as they don't feel like changing it up with Tua or Trevor Lawrence or some of these other guys, everyone will be awash 3 years from now. Patrick Mahomes will be 33, and 2/3 of the AFC will be paying quarterbacks bonkers money, and we won't care. And if you don't take advantage of the rookie quarterback deal, you're wasting your time. That's what I think it is. I just think you're wasting your time. That's why I think the Penix move is stupid. It's why I think the Packers kind of blew it with Jordan Love. And you're like, how? They got the pick right. They might have to pay him again this offseason. And if he's really good, and as good as he looked last year, you've burnt it. You've burnt a bunch of good, cheap Jordan Love years.
I will say, at least on the Jordan Love part, though, if he is as good as people think he now is, nobody's going to be complaining if you're getting that type of play. Because remember, they were
winning the Super Bowl, which is the thing that matters.
But the guy
harder.
Before them was still Aaron Rodgers versus like some of these other teams, like the guy before Jared Goff with Matthew Stafford. We know the story there. They ended up trading him. But with some of these other teams, I mean, the quarterback before the Jags was who? Blake Bortles. You know what I mean? The quarterback before C.J. Stroud. No, don't say Deshaun Watson. It was a bunch of it was what's his name? Long neck guy.
Davis Mills?
Yes, thank you.
Long neck guy. I'm sure that's exactly how.
But I'll be honest. You guys knew exactly. You knew exactly what I was talking about.
You didn't even need more than one guess to get.
No, I said long neck guy. It took like 10 seconds. I said Davis Mills.
If I would have been like, the guy named, the guy before, we would have been spinning around for a while. I said long neck, and you knew.
Long neck guy.
Anyway,
he does have a weirdly long neck.
Where is he at? Is he a backup for something? Is he still on the Texans?
I think he's still there.
Really?
He was drafted.
Davis.
I think he's still on his rookie year. Or his rookie deal.
His rookie contract?
He's only 25, so I guess he could be. A third-round pick. He's
drafted out of Stanford.
Still with the Texans.
Okay. He'll get a backup job after this, won't he? Maybe they'll just pay him to keep staying the backup there.
That could happen.
He did admirably.
He was fine.
7 touchdowns,
Look, he
3
wasn't
picks,
good.
1,500 yards.
But as a backup quarterback, why wouldn't you want it? Yeah. Starter experience for almost 2 full seasons in the NFL, knows your system. Honest to God, if you're the Texans, he's your perfect backup. He has started for you. He knows the city. He knows the system. He knows the teammates. And he can just back up C.J. Stroud moving forward. He's not getting another starting opportunity. He might think that he is, but I don't see a world in which that exists.
That'd be stunning if that actually occurred. It definitely would be a surprise at this point.
Wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, we've been talking about the schedule release stuff, right, throughout the day. And the Chiefs, we know they're going to play not only Baltimore week 1, but we know they're going to play the Cincinnati Bengals in week 2. And with that, you got all these TV networks coming up with their big presentations, right? Upfront week for advertisers and things like that. And so the big one yesterday afternoon was that we're going to go and play Deshaun Watson and the Browns in week 1. And that's going to be the first game Tom Brady ever has in the broadcast booth, right? That's a big thing for them. Brady's been, trying to study up and figure out how to be in it. I think it'll be a big question. How good is he in the broadcast booth? And people will be comparing him to Greg Olsen and everything like that. But it was funny yesterday because he's with Michael Strahan at Fox's big production and presentation. And they're talking about the matchup. And just listen, remember, I told you it's the Cowboys against the Cleveland Browns.
So how do you like that news? You get to the Cowboys first week.
Amazing. Obviously, having the Cowboys on is a huge draw. As America's team, that's going to get a little hard for me to say that all the time. Understand they were the competition for a long time. But in this new role, I know the Cowboys, how important they are to this network. They got great storylines. Come on, Dak Prescott. Let's see if he can finally come through. One of the great defensive players. Did that just slip out? Micah Parsons, what a great player he is, and Coach McCarthy. So I love covering them. I've been obviously going against them for a long time, and now I get to tell everyone how great they are.
Oh, I already like what you're doing, man. I already like it.
So Brady was fine. Nothing wrong with that. He had a few little,
A little first jump kind of missed, but that's fine.
That's fine. The thing is, he didn't mention the Browns once. It's funny. Like, if you're Cleveland, wait a second. The whole announcement, yeah. I know it's the Cowboys and all that, but it's just kind of funny that didn't even mention the Browns once.
Their sit-down with Dak is going to be interesting. I wonder if Dak will bring that up. I wonder if I can come through in this one, guys.
They'll be joking around. Like, we know the knowledge is there. That's not the question. But Greg Olsen did a great job of bringing knowledge, but also just simplifying it and making it easy to listen to and watch. That'll be the challenge for Brady. We know that it's not even a question about knowing the game, but can he be good at it? I still think when you're Tom Brady and you go from being the greatest of all time at quarterback, I don't question that he's going to actually work his ass off. Like, I don't think we're going to be seeing the same story of Romo. Like, maybe CBS thinks Romo needs to work at his craft a little bit more, not working hard.
It's hard because that was never the adage when Tom Brady was in the NFL. So why would he just hang it up now?
I actually think he's going to be pretty damn good. Now, I don't know if he's going to be Greg Olsen right away. Greg Olsen was really, really good. But Tom Brady's got the name cachet, and there will be people that will tune in even more, at least for the first couple broadcasts. Like, I don't know, like that Cowboys-Browns game normally wouldn't intrigue me. But I want to hear what Brady sounds like in the broadcast booth with Kevin Burkhardt.
I'm curious by it. I don't dislike him from a broadcaster the way, I thought A-Rod, I never understood why people liked him more post-playing career. I thought he became just as unlikable, same amount of as unlikable. I think Brady's done a better job becoming slightly more likable in his post-playing career because a little more levity. And that probably started in Tampa Bay, where it seemed like he was free from the chains that were the Patriots' guard for a long time and could, be a little bit more of himself. But yeah, I'll be honest, he's replacing a broadcaster who I think might be the best color guy right now. So he's got a lot of pressure on him in my mind. The best broadcast crew was Olsen.
Yeah, Olsen's not. He got knocked down. Like, he's not. Yeah, he's with the. If he's still with Fox, he's with a different crew now. He
is with Fox, but he's with a different crew.
I think Collinsworth, and then Greg Olsen are the two best color commentators in football right now.
I don't know many Fox. For some reason, I'm drawing a blank on a lot of the Fox play-by-play guys other than Burkhardt. Who he would even be with?
Play-by-play?
Yeah. Who he would be paired with now?
The guy he was with.
What's
Burkhardt
his name?
Olsen. That's who he was with.
No, he said who else? He's trying to say who else? Kenny Albert, I think, does
He's
some.
Probably he'll probably be with him, and then Jonathan Vilma, who had been with Albert.
What's the young broadcaster that does baseball?
Joe Davis.
Joe Davis.
It's a good one. Actually,
he's
that
on
probably
Fox.
works.
That's probably Joe Davis is probably the number 2 crew. But Olsen, I think if Collinsworth decides to retire anytime soon, I don't know if he is,
he'll probably be the first.
Greg Olsen, to me, paired up with Tirico on Sunday Night Football could be slam dunk.
Kirk leaves Amazon for whatever reason.
We've talked about this. I think Kirk is incredible at what he does. He works his ass off.
I think he shouldn't do NFL.
I don't think he's nearly as good at NFL as college football.
Correct. I think he's too. I'll be honest. My least favorite style of broadcaster is everyone's great. Look at this guy, sweetheart. Nicest guy on the planet. Superhero.
That's the
balance. I don't know why more people don't talk about how great he is. And Kirk Herbstreit is the king of everything is sunshine. These are all the greatest human beings, best athletes who ever walked the planet. So his particular style, I think in college too, there's a way in which that works. They're just kids. They're 19. There's a lot more dominating football players. So when you go down and you're just like, wow, I've never been more impressed with a kid. I think it makes more sense. In the NFL, because they are full-blown professionals who get paid $30-40 million, I think there has to come with a level of critique where you're like, they did this thing wrong. There was a mistake made here, and it cost them something. I don't think Herb Street ever wants to say that.
Yeah, I think that'll be a challenge for Brady. Like, will he be the guy that tries to compliment all the time, or will he actually be critical? Someone says, I don't tune in the game because of the broadcasters. Overall, you don't, but we sure as hell see text and people complain.
We know when it's bad.
When it's bad. Like, I hear you. Like, you're not, oh my gosh, I'm so looking for. But week 1, the Cowboys-Browns game, I'm telling you, that one doesn't excite me that much compared to others on the schedule. And the first ever broadcast for Brady, you're going to get me to be a little more interested in the game because of that. Maybe I'm in the minority, but also don't act like you don't care about the broadcasters, because we see plenty of times everybody's bitching and moaning about Joe Buck during the World Series or whatever. So you do care about who's calling the games.
They didn't like the way he talked about Madison Bumgarner.
That whole thing is still hilarious.
I actually think Buck is the best baseball play-by-play
No, he's
guy.
very good.
So
he's very good.
It's tough. I understood the visor at the time was coupled with two things. Your team was losing the World Series, which stinks, and they'd had this magical season, and they were going to lose the World Series. And Joe Buck really wouldn't stop talking about Madison Bumgarner, but the bad news is, for good reason.
Yeah.
Madison Bumgarner was doing, unfortunately, some superhero stuff to help the Giants win the World Series. And that sucks, and I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but I think Buck was probably gushing about the right player.
Yeah, people care about the broadcasters when they stink and are annoying. Like, that's why people don't like Romo anymore on the broadcast. First, everybody loved him, and then I'm like, okay, we're kind of done with the shtick and all this stuff. And now everybody's like, not as great.
Just real quick, since we're talking about quarterbacks, Falcons quarterback Kirk Cousins, he's having media availability right now.
Ooh.
He was asked, "Hey Kirk, would you have signed with Atlanta if you had known they were going to take a quarterback with the number 8 draft pick?"
And
his quote was, "Quote, I don't deal in hypotheticals."
Oh my goodness.
That's a no. He would not have signed.
Wow.
Just like, let's just read between the lines on that one. It's a real easy, yes, I want to be here. That's a super easy PC answer. And instead, he hit them with the, I don't speak in hypotheticals. So I'm going to guess no. I'm going to guess he would not have signed with Atlanta had he known that they were going to take Michael Penix Jr. with the number 8 pick. Your thoughts, Gold?
Yeah. That's Kirk Cousins trying to obviously not have to cause an even bigger bleep storm for his franchise he's with, and make it even more awkward for Michael Penix. Because imagine if he would have been out and was honest and said, yeah, probably wouldn't have signed here. Oh, boy. Then you would have.
Well, then you're bearing Penix, the organization, and a million other, your agent, everyone along the way.
He had to kind of say
you can't say no. But that's a way of saying no without saying
sure.
no.
Well, that's why it's
the PC
He
way.
gets the point across without, you can't actually say he said it.
I didn't say that.
So it works for him.
I didn't say I wouldn't. I just said I don't work in hypotheticals. It's funny.
Kirk Cousins, speaking to the media. We are expected at some point before we get off the air today to be joined by Kingsley Suamataia, who will be battling for that left tackle job in training camp up in St. Joe. So we could have him join us next. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll also get back into who pitched last night for the Royals and why you shouldn't be too concerned.
Cody and Gold, brought to you by Heartland Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health. Thousands of men have been successfully treated for low T, ED, and more, all with discretion and compassion. Make your appointment at heartlandmenshealth.com.
There is a back-to-back Super Bowl champion, and it is the Kansas City Chiefs.
On your official broadcast partner of the Chiefs, 610 Sports Radio.
Spring is in the air, and that means one thing. Dandelions are coming. Don't let those annoying yellow weeds invade your lawn again. This year, trust your lawn to Ryan Lawn & Tree. This is Larry Ryan. No other lawn care company delivers the results that Ryan Lawn & Tree delivers. More than just providing a beautiful dandelion-free lawn. Your trusted pros in the clean red trucks make sure your entire landscape is healthy, strong, and ready to look great no matter what nature throws at it. And unlike the other guys, the pros at Ryan Lawn & Tree are employee owners, full-time professionals going above and beyond every day with 5-star customer service. Call us or click ryanlawn.com today. And as a new customer, you'll save 50% on your first lawn application. Enjoy a worry-free, effort-free, dandelion-free lawn this year with Ryan Lawn & Tree.
Over at Centric, over a third of the students have been using the GI Bill for years to get that better career with better advancement and can walk you through the process to make it super easy.
Yeah, they even have instructors at Centric who are veterans themselves, online or in person. Your next mission starts at Centric. Maybe you're looking for an opportunity to get away from a taxing, labor-intensive job. Centric offers that opportunity.
Hit up our guy, Russ Mondry. He's excited to talk to you about where your next career in IT will go. That's Centric.com/610.
This spring, let Smokehouse Barbecue make your life easier. Many events are coming up, and Smokehouse can help with catering at home or with a party at one of their restaurants. And don't forget about Mom on Mother's Day. She'll love dinner at Smokehouse. Whether it's Independence, Zona Rosa, or Gladstone, make sure you ask about the new barbecue pizza. And if you're grilling out, don't forget Smokehouse has amazing sides that go great with everything on the grill. Check them out at SmokehouseBBQ.com. For over 35 years, locally owned and family operated at Smokehouse Barbecue.
Welcome back. I'm here with Kansas City linebacker Nick Bolton. Nick, what do you look for in a car dealership?
Hands down, someone I can trust.
Then you'll want to come to Smithville Ford.
Didn't it used to be Dave Littleton Ford?
You're so smart, but it's under new management now. 3 times the inventory on new vehicles. And we've modernized and expanded the service department. We can service twice as many vehicles now. Nick, thanks for joining our team.
Be smart. Go to the new Smithfield Ford.
Hi, Kansas City. This is Kevin Harlan. I know being a champion means you're a leader in your field and you always rise above your competition. That's why when summer temperatures get extreme, our home has a Champion air conditioning system that keeps my family comfortable and cool. Get peak performance in your home by finding a local Champion dealer at ChampionHomeComfort.com. Ask about our special financing options with rates as low as 0% and our factory-backed extended parts and labor warranty. Always leading, never compromising, ChampionHomeComfort.com.
Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident? You need Jay's Southland Tow Service. They have over 20 years of experience servicing the KC Metro. They specialize in light, medium, and heavy duty, as well as commercial transport and construction equipment. Keep this number handy, 816-779-4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments, Jay's Southland Tow Service. There's nothing they can't do, so be in the know and use Jay's Southland Tow.
It's golf season, Kansas City. Quick Trip and Flight want you to experience it in style. From May 3rd to May 31st, go to any local Quick Trip to purchase your 12-pack of Flight and enter to win a VIP round on us. Flight, coming in at only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs, it is the next generation of light beer. Raise the bar with the easy-drinking, clean, crisp, and refreshing beer from America's oldest brewery, Flight by Yingling. Golf prize includes a Flight golf bag, cooler, and a 4-person round of golf brought to you by Flight and Quick Trip.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started Wesley Financial Group to do one thing, help people get out of their timeshare nightmare. When you buy a timeshare, the timeshare company can raise your annual maintenance fees at will. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Want out of your timeshare? Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Hey, it's Cody and Gold. Don't sit around waiting until you have to make a decision to finally make the call to Centric. Shift to new opportunities with better advancement.
Look, we're all looking for those parts of our career where we can have that better pay, those career advancement that Gold is talking about. in cybersecurity and the technology field. There's so many chances for advancement, and you can do that by going to our friends over at Centric.
It's time for you to meet with our friend Russ Mondry over at Centric to shift to those new opportunities. Just go to centric.com/610.
What's trending?
All right, let's check in on the hot topics trending.
Number one on what's trending, we know the Chiefs' first two opponents now out of the gate. Week 1, Thursday night against the Ravens. Week 2, a Sunday afternoon at Arrowhead against Joe Burrow, maybe Jake Browning, and the Cincinnati Bengals. Looking forward to that. What's up, Drew? And we'll find out the rest of the schedule tomorrow night. Looking forward to what Week 3 is going to be, because we know it's on the road if they're opening the first two at home.
So just lean in. San Francisco. It'll be the last two teams they beat in the AFC title game to advance to the Super Bowl, and the last team they would have beaten in the Super Bowl. Why not? Weeks 1 through 3. Could you imagine if that's the way the schedule lined up, by the way? That would be a difficult stretch.
We also know the second Thursday night football game of the year will be the Bills and Dolphins. We also know the first Monday night football game of the year now will be Aaron Rodgers and the Jets going out to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.
Could be interesting. That's obviously where he grew up, out in that area out on the West Coast, and he can get through 4 plays of that Monday night opener last year. Next up on What's Trending, Royals dropped Game 1 to the Seattle Mariners last night. Brady Singer with 5 innings allowed 4 earned runs. Never really close. Offense had a chance, squandered bases, loaded 1-out opportunity in the first, runner on second, 1-out opportunity in the second, and then it took him a little while till Massey got a couple of RBIs late. They lose Game 1 of the series. Michael Wacha will go on the mound for the Royals tonight. He was coming off a rough stretch of starts. He came off the best start of the season, maybe his last start, so hopefully he can repeat that a second time.
Yeah, get back on the winning side of things after just dropping one yesterday, and then they're off Thursday, and then they're back in Kansas City, which could be a great weekend in KC for the Royals at Kauffman Stadium, the 2014 reunion, the bubbleheads each night. We're going to hopefully have some good weather Friday night. I mean, honestly, it should be the biggest crowd weekend of the year if all continues to look the way it's looking right now. Next up on What's Trending, some surprising news in college basketball. Doug Gottlieb going to be hired as the next head coach at Green Bay. He will be their college basketball coach, that according to Jeff Goodman. He will continue to do his daily national radio show on Fox. I still can't get over that. How is that going to actually work out?
It's not.
I don't. You're scheduling your radio show
not for my own personal
around
feelings.
your team. No, they're scheduling your team stuff around the radio show. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We know he's been wanting to become a head basketball coach for a while. He's wanted the Oklahoma State job for a while. Now he's going to at least get a head coaching gig at Green Bay. And look, if things go well, then maybe he believes he'll have the next crack at the Okie State job if that one doesn't go out.
They made an NCAA tournament in 2015, got to 20-game winner in 2018, and they have been garbage since. 18 games last year, but 3 wins the year before that, 5 the year before that. It was pretty rough. Sundance Wicks, though, he got them up to 18 off of a 3-win season. He got a new job. That's what's trending here on Cody and Gold.
We also saw Amazon greenlit a Chiefsaholic documentary.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. You kidding? I'm going to watch it. They
Chiefsaholic.
said they're going to have interviews with him, with Xavier.
That's right.
Is that how you want to pronounce Worthy now going forward?
I don't think his name is pronounced Xavier like Chiefsaholic.
That's just how his attorney pronounced
I know. Well, his attorney was something else. His attorney was definitely something else talking about Chiefsaholic. But that is what's trending here on Cody and Gold. We're excited, though, to head out to the 610 hotline and welcome in one of the Chiefs rookies who was drafted a couple weeks ago, the Chiefs' second-round pick. Someone that could be the Chiefs' starting left tackle by the time we get to the start of the season, and that is Kingsley Suamataia, who's kind enough to give us some time. I'll start there, though, Kingsley. Did I get the name right? We've been studying up on the last name here.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Not too bad.
Okay.
That was not 100%, by the way. Can I try, and then you tell us which one did it better?
Yeah.
Okay, Kingsley Suamataia.
Yeah, that one was better.
Oh!
Okay. Well,
Nailed it.
Your teammates or fans at BYU, like, do they call you Kingsley? They call you King, or what caught on? I guess.
I would say King. It's a lot shorter than my first and last name. But a lot of the fans were like diehard, so a lot of them tried to learn my last name. So that was pretty cool.
I'd seen a clip of you talking about when you went back to BYU and kind of the emotional decision to go back to BYU. Was that part of it, right? Like, you're talking about like the fans and how diehards they are, just being back in like maybe your element from where you were in high school and those things when you were making the transfer decision between schools?
Most definitely. The fans are great fans. Love all of them. And it's just a great family environment to be around. A lot of good people to be around. And all my family's from Utah. So it was really nice being back home.
I'll be honest, I did see that your fiance is transferring to Oregon. Did you put in a good word for the university?
Nah, that was all her hard work right there. She's a great player.
How did you guys actually meet then?
So we met at the student athletic building. So that's just basically where all the student athletes study. Just saw her in the hallway and had to make a move.
How much did you, I guess, have an opportunity to watch the Chiefs? It almost seems like a silly question now because they've been in the Super Bowl for consecutive years and they've been kind of the number one team. But did you ever think when you were maybe having a chance to watch Andy Reid and this coaching staff and this team that, hey, you'd be in a position now to have a chance to be on that team?
No, yeah, it's crazy. I did a lot of watching. I love watching the Chiefs. Just seeing Coach Reid and, how he runs the team and how all the coaches are, very, family oriented down here. And everybody loves each other and everybody has one goal and, that's to win the Super Bowl. So everybody's just very together with it. And try to be all on the same page. So it's been really good.
Has there already been any moment where whether, just coming to the facility for the first time, I know you're back in town, that just kind of stood out, either surprising or just like, hey, this is kind of a moment. I've kind of made it in to the NFL, got drafted. What has it been like since you've been in Kansas City?
It's been amazing. I don't know. It kind of some places around here it feels like being back home in Utah is a lot. The scenery is a lot close to it back home in Utah, but I don't know. It still doesn't feel like real to me, I guess. It's still like every day waking up is a blessing to be here, but I still can't believe that I'm doing my dream job right now, so still trying to get used to it.
Does the football part keep you busy enough that you're not thinking about the, adjustment, like you said, to a new city? Because we had talked about, that transfer stuff. How do you try to go about being like, okay, this is my city, this is where I am, let me find the things I'm comfortable or the things I want to do here?
No, yeah. Football is definitely, especially now being a rookie, it's constantly just in the playbook, getting to know the guys and build that chemistry and bond between everybody. But definitely football is taking up a lot of my day. I'm just trying to get the blaze down, and like I said, but it's been very comfortable being out here. I'm a stay-home body, so I don't really do much outside of football other than, instruments, stuff like that.
Okay, what kind of instruments then? Now I'm curious.
So I play the piano and the electric guitar and the ukulele.
Because we watched a mic'd up segment you had when you were at practice at BYU, and there was you almost started to break into the song for a little. I didn't know if you were a singer as well.
Nah, I'm not I can sing here and there, but just playing around. None. I am not gonna go on no American Idol, nothing like that.
So Kingsley, sometimes on this show I do songs. Are you willing to just give me a guitar track to make a song to?
Shoot, I'm down. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, or a ukulele, I guess. But then it feels like that. I don't know if I can handle that amount of singing. That feels like isolating my voice too much, if we're being honest.
Nah, you got it.
When you look at what Kansas City has to offer just from the starting position, what'd you get a sense of? Rookie camp, and they I think Brett Veach pretty much openly said he was going to let you and Wanye prove that you guys are deserving of being the guys who compete for the starting job. What did you think about that first week of actual practice?
It's going great. A lot of different playbooks, different schemes and stuff, but Wanya's a great guy. I've gotten to meet him. One of the first guys I met when I first got in here. Super humble, super funny guy, very outgoing. But it's nothing but it's our jobs at the end of the day. But I have nothing but love for Wanya. He's a great person. So both of us going at it day in and day out. But I'm just trying to learn the playbook the best I can as a rookie, and then from there gain my spot wherever I best fit me on the team.
We're talking to Kingsley Suamataia here on 610 Sports Radio. What's this week like? You mentioned trying to learn the playbook, obviously, but you guys had mini camp, and then I believe you guys are back in the facility today. So what's going on if you on a day-to-day basis right now for you when it comes to being in Kansas City?
Just being back with all the vets. It's super crazy. try not to fangirl, trying to, Patrick Mahomes is my teammate now and stuff like that. But, it's really nice them, saying hi. They're very nice people. Everybody, treat each other like brothers down here. So it's been super comforting being out here with a lot of, even the O-linemen, Creed, JT, all the guys, Trey Smith. So they all been really, like that older brother figure already from the get-go, just trying to help me out and maneuver my way, finding new things to do. So it's been good.
Kingsley, I saw a couple of videos of you talking about just like youth football and some of that stuff growing up when you were talking about it. At what age did people not want to play you at your age? Like, I'm guessing that you were always the biggest kid on the block. At what age were they like, hey, man, you're 7 and I'm 7, but we're not playing the same sport?
No, yeah, that's actually so I wanted to play football earlier here in Utah, but I couldn't because I was just bigger than everybody else. So I didn't really start playing football until I went to and moved to Hawaii. Was my around 4th, 5th grade is when I got to play. But I've always played always played against all the older kids. So when I actually got to my senior year in high school, I was actually playing against kids my age. But other than that, I've always been playing up, and it's been really fun.
So you tried to play in 2nd grade, and they're just like, you're too big, man. This isn't going to work.
No, yeah, I had to bring the birth certificate and all to the – yeah, I was just too big, so I wasn't allowed to play.
That just seems unfair. It's not your fault.
No, yeah.
I mean, I guess at some point you would dominate. Just make you running back or whatever. Is that the plan?
Nah, I wish.
I'm sure when you're busy trying to learn the playbook and stuff, I don't know how much you paid attention. We get excited here already looking ahead to the start of the season and week 1, week 2, 2 home games right out of the gate. I mean, do you pay attention to that? I mean, I'm sure from the outside, at least the history in recent years of the Chiefs taking on the Ravens and the Chiefs taking on the Bengals.
No, yeah. I heard the guys talk about here and there, I'm super excited. But like I said, I'm just focused on, trying to get on that field. And learning the playbook as a rookie and my responsibilities as a rookie. So that's what my main focus is right now.
All right, Kingsley, appreciate the time, man. We'll see you up at St. Joe for training camp, and best of luck with everything.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
There you go. That's Kingsley Suamataia, kind enough to give us some time there. He said your pronunciation was better. Are we saying it differently?
I thought it was similar.
It sounded pretty. I think you're doing pretty good.
Okay.
I think maybe I just put a little more flavor on it. That might be why.
Fair enough.
That might be why, Suamataia. I hit it with a little accent almost.
Okay.
I think that might have been what. It was the confidence.
Okay. I'm being very careful. Kingsley Suamataia. You just said it quicker, I think.
Yeah, that might be it.
I think that's what. Yeah, it seemed like.
He did say that a lot of people just
call him King.
King.
Yeah. I mean, that seems like the obvious conclusion to come here. I just
ukulele,
can't imagine,
man. Guitar, ukulele, some instruments.
And he said piano.
Mm-hmm.
The whole damn band.
I feel like this is a "don't worry, be happy" sort of thing that you're going to have. That's going to be the cover.
It does sound kind of like joyful and light, doesn't it?
Yes.
Piano, ukulele, and electric guitar. Depending on the style of electric guitar, it sounds very light and fun.
I can picture it. Just on the beach in Hawaii playing the ukulele. I mean, that sounds incredible and peaceful.
Yeah, that sounds great.
That's what I'm picturing.
I mean, I don't know anybody who can afford to live in Hawaii. I mean, Kingsley could if he gets a big enough contract.
I can't get over the fact, though, that obviously he's a massive human being, and he's been that way his whole life. But that this in Utah, they just wouldn't let him play. They're like, hey, man, you got to.
They straight up made him go back to get the birth certificate.
That's wild.
Look at they took one good look at him. They're like, you're not 8. Get out of here. There's no way. I'll say this: when I go pick up my kid from school, every once in a while, because she's in a school that goes through 5th grade. Every once in a while, there'll be some kid who walks to their kid's car. I'm like, you're in elementary school? What are you, 7 foot tall? How old are you? Are you old enough to be at the school? So every once in a while, there is just one kid who's bigger. But why not just let them dominate? This might be you never know. Kingsley Suamataia, he obviously ended up as an NFL player. But that might be it. Why not let them dominate at the time? I remember the kid who used to run the tetherball court in elementary school.
The tetherball.
He was 6 inches taller than the rest of us. Of course he kicked our ass at tetherball. But just let him have his moment. This is his moment to dominate in life. It might not be when he's 22, but it is now.
Yeah.
Let him just control it.
At the combine, he officially was 6'5", 326. Could be the starting left tackle, but he's going to be in a competition with Wanye Morris throughout the summer, throughout training camp.
Why do you think Why do you think it is that schools lie about the height of their players, knowing that eventually they will?
Colleges, like
just why do you think they do it? Like Bronny just got measured at the combine, and he came in 3.5 inches shorter.
It's perception
than what his his college thing said.
I think it's a perception thing. Not even just like your opponents, but just narratives get built around you.
But like, why lie about it? It doesn't benefit you in any way.
I don't know.
He doesn't play taller because you say he's taller, and eventually he will be measured at a combine, and someone will have his real height.
I think it's an opponent. I think some of it is the opponent. Like if you just know someone is way smaller or skinnier or whatever, you just view that. I don't know. To me, it's probably more of a mental thing than anything else. Some of them are outrageous, though. I mean, some of them are like 3 or 4 inches taller than you actually are.
I would think that you would want to have them be shorter, though, on paper. So then they're intimidated. Where if you see Bronny 6'4", I'm prepping for a 6'4" guy. You look and he's like, this guy's tiny. This guy's not as big.
Yeah, yeah. In a weird way, it'd be like almost undersell. He's 5'7". You're like 5'7". He's
He's 6'2". Yeah,
he's 6'2", and you're like, damn it. I thought I was going to be able to like kind of tower over this guy. Now he's just getting every board on me. This sucks. He did have there was a whole big debate in the sports media. I don't even remember who started it. Some former athlete started it about how many NFL players, NBA players could make it. Like how many NBA
it was Austin Rivers, which was the most ludicrous statement. Even Charles Barkley got after him. He's like, we can't play football. That was what Chuck said inside the NBA.
Somebody had pointed out, so Bronny had the 4th best vertical leap at the combine most recently here for the draft at 40.5 inches. I think it was Jeff Darlington, whatever. He's like, just real quick, by the way, there were 19 NFL players who had a vertical of at least that, and they don't get to run and jump before they're vertical. That was flat-footed. Yeah. So there's more than 19. There's probably 35 NFL players.
When you're talking like corners and like the wide receivers, I think the highest was just over. It was like 41 or something like that. Where,
it is weird.
Like as big as they are athletes.
As we're talking about the combine, and Cody, you were saying you were watching. Like it is kind of different because the NFL scouting combine, like they do drills, right? They'll have a quarterback throwing to a wide receiver, but they don't play like actual
scrimmages. Yeah.
Scrimmage. Like there's a Senior Bowl, but at the combine, whereas here you're watching the NBA draft combine. Like no, they're playing basketball games. It's just, I mean, by the way, I actually like that better. I'd rather see them in a game
way more. But with football, you can't risk the injury. In basketball.
Who cares if they get hurt?
Well, it's not. It's just like it just seems less likely, dude.
I know.
It's not a contact sport where they're trying to take your head off. It's just a basketball game.
Yeah.
It is better. You're right. The combine of let's play a game against each other feels like it gives you way more of a feel. You practice a little bit.
Where's this at? Where do they do the NBA combine at?
Oh, God. Where is it?
Because the summer league's
Indy, like every other combine?
No. I want to say it's Chicago, honestly.
Oh, you know what? You're right. It is actually, you're 100% right. It is Chicago. Yes.
Every year? Or?
That rings a bell. Yeah.
Yes.
At least the last 5 years, you're 100% right. It is Chicago.
I don't know why they picked Chicago, but they do.
Central location. I don't know. Who knows? Big city, central
location. I've been trying to figure out why these teams are named the way that they are.
The teams? Yeah.
Yes.
St. Andrews.
Forehand Kelly.
I don't know. There's
no idea.
There's probably some reason for that, but I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, draft combine stuff. I mean, I have no interest in actually watching it, but
it was interesting too. Real quick, Cody.
This is a terrible draft class for the NBA this year.
People said that with Bronny's size, along with the statistics he provided, he would probably not even be picked. His upside though is very good because he's got the athleticism. His defensive ability is very good. He's an NBA level defender, but we don't know how good he is on offense because he came off the bench a lot and barely, he didn't even start the season because of the health scare.
I pulled him up on Draft Express. Just one does a really good job of like ranking these prospects. Man, they had him in like 90, like the 90th best.
Oh, well, we all know the reality. Look, if his name wasn't Bronny James, come on, he wouldn't be talked about or anything. And that's just the reality of the situation.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have mentioned. I'd have been like, "That's weird." A 5-point. I wouldn't have known his name.
Nope.
He's a 5-point scorer. USC. I wouldn't even have realized
There's a lot of
stayed in the draft.
A lot of the top 20 picks would be foreign guys.
Well, it's just not a good draft class either. I'm not saying there won't be a single star that comes out of it, but in general, like the Atlanta Hawks
the
won
hype
the
is
NBA.
not there.
The Atlanta Hawks won the NBA draft lottery, which was a surprise. They were projected to be the 10th pick, and the odds
2 years
were
in a row
against them.
now.
And yet, it's like, okay, you got the number 1 pick. It's like, this is not the year.
It's the wrong year. It's the first time they ever got it.
Where was that a year ago? Where was
a year ago we get Wimby.
Yeah, where was that? The Spurs truly won the draft lottery. The Falcons, the Hawks. It's like, okay,
Cody, what's the maximum height you would want to be? Because it's not Wimby tall.
We've talked about this.
That's an uncomfortable. That's just
we've talked about this.
Maybe 6'4".
It has to. Well, if you're telling me I'm good at basketball and I'm playing basketball and I'm going to go to college,
just a normal person.
Oh, because if basketball, I say 6'7". Normal person 6'4".
Yeah, that's tops. That's
6'4".
maximum height.
If you're 6'7" and you're not a basketball player, and look, I know there's someone listening that's 6'7". This is not meant to insult you.
That's the first thing everyone asks.
Everybody's going to be staring at you the minute you walk in any room.
Yeah. I mean, 6'4" is tall.
Yeah, but I'm 6'3".
Yeah, that's tall, but it's not like
6'7". You
it's
start
not freakishly tall.
James MacArthur, Royals closer, our general, he's 6'7". You walk in, you're like, oh, dude. That's a big dude.
Yeah, that's tall.
Cody, somebody texted in their kid is going to be a D1 baseball player. His vertical leap is 39 inches. It doesn't mean much, which I think you can agree with. But how many baseball players do you think, guys?
Also, I don't think your son's. I don't think his vertical's 39.
How many baseball players do you think have?
How do you know?
Probably.
How many? Do you think
That's
anybody?
funny to question.
Maybe Bobby, but do you think anybody on the Royals would have a 39-inch vert?
No, only
baseball
Bobby.
in general, I think
Bobby's
you don't find
only
many.
Bobby Jr. and only him.
Yeah, he's just an absurd athlete.
I don't know if there's.
They're just a different kind of athlete.
I don't know if there's 50 baseball players that have a 39-inch vert. 50? That might be capping it too high.
There's some. I will say though,
There's some really good
in
athletes,
recent years, there's been some more athletic freaks in baseball.
Trout,
right?
definitely.
Who's the player for the? So obviously, there's Ellie De La Cruz. That's one name. I'm going to guess he probably can. O'Neal for the Pirates. There's been
a couple
over
of
the
guys.
last 5 years some more just true athletes.
Trey Turner might be able to jump that high too.
Okay.
Bobby Wood
Yeah,
Jr.,
good
according
athlete.
to one athletic story from 2022 about his working out with Patrick Mahomes' trainer, said he had a 43-inch vertical.
Holy crap.
So he could out-jump Bronny.
Well, we've all seen him go from second base to almost way in foul
You know what?
territory to go get a ball last week or earlier this week, whatever that was.
That is how we save the All-Star game across the board. We have different sports do different things. I didn't want to see Bobby Witt in a dunk contest now.
Yeah, someone says,
Bobby
don't
Witt
forget
can do it.
Blanco. They said Aaron Blanco. Maybe he's somebody that has that.
You remember that time Gerard? Do you remember that time Joey Gathright jumped over a car?
Yes.
He probably has a 40-inch vertical.
How tall
There's
is Bobby?
no way Drew knows what video I'm talking about.
No.
But there's a video of
Only
a
guy that I know
Royals
is Kobe
outfielder.
jumping over a car.
No, there's a video of a former Royals outfielder named Joey Gathright jumping over a car driving at him. It's incredible.
It's been a very. He's
It's like the
43
Kobe
now,
video,
so
but
it's been a while since he's played. But yeah,
a long time.
How tall is Bobby? 6 foot?
Taller than me.
2? So he can dunk for sure.
Yeah, well, he could have been 6 foot and probably dunk. I mean, he's just that kind of athlete.
He's a 40-inch vertical.
Yeah, he is 6'1". 6'1".
Put Bobby Witt in the dunk contest.
6'1", 200. Yeah, I'm sure the Royals would love that.
It'd be fun as hell, though. Wouldn't
That
it?
would be
fun,
awesome. Yeah. Joey Gathright last played in 2011.
I'm looking at the video now.
Jumped over a car.
Crazy.
Jumped over a car. No big deal.
Wait, was he the first or was Kobe the first?
I'm not sure.
He jumped over this car in 2007. When Kobe jump it?
I do not know actually when, but I know he jumped. It was like a Ferrari that. drove
A
over.
Ferrari? Not impressive.
A Ferrari-
This was like a
Ferrari,
sedan.
Yeah, I think there's
It was
more
like a sports
baseball
car coming at
players
him.
than we would think can do it. I also just think the athleticism in the sport has gone up. Someone else mentioned like Ronald Acuna Jr. My guess is he
Probably
probably
a good one. Yes.
You know, what I mean, but Bobby's I would put in that mix as well.
I got to be honest, man. Joey Gathright cleared this easy.
What kind of car did he jump
What
over?
didn't even
What was
work?
it?
It just kind of looks like a BMW sedan, four-door sedan. Just went right. I haven't watched that video in so long.
Oh, it's very old. Yeah,
What
the video quality on that thing is something you can tell it's not recent at all. It's been a bit. It's been a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like it was kind of.
I think it was an Aston Martin, is what it was.
Okay.
The one that Kobe jumped over.
Someone says their son. Yeah, that's the same. Yeah, it's also 6. Yeah, they've responded to you saying he doesn't have their son doesn't have a 39.
Oh, okay.
Well, they said their son's 6'6", so keep that.
I mean, his height doesn't mean anything for his vertical.
They're
leap
saying he's
necessarily.
6'6", and he has a vertical of 39.
It's not a surprise.
Quite an
He was a
athlete.
Division I athlete.
Yeah,
Got a 40-inch vert, and he's 6'6". What sport did he say he's playing? Baseball.
I think that.
I'm guessing he's a
D1
pitcher?
D1 baseball.
I don't know a lot of 6'6".
Could be an outfielder.
Well, maybe outfielder.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Judge.
Isn't like Aaron Judge like 6'7"? There aren't that many.
Aaron
there
Judge
aren't many
6'7", yeah. He's
baseball
all
players that
rise.
tall who don't pitch.
True.
I'll say
6'7". Talk about. I mean, if
Someone
you're
says Alejandro Kirk. No, I don't think he's. That's one baseball player. I don't
got like
think
a 12-inch vertical.
I don't think he's getting up there. I don't.
Did you see the? I know we're kind of like jumping around a little bit. We're still talking vertical. There was a photo from like 2 days ago with Alejandro Kirk right next to one of the other like big baseball players, and you're like, this is what athleticism looks like.
Someone said Kobe's was a fake TV commercial. Gathright was the real thing. What do you have to say about that? Is that do you confirm that?
You think it was
True?
fake?
I think that there was a rumor as to whether or not it was actually real or not.
Gathrights was real. He jumped over a car.
Comment from Twitch. T. Nolte says, "Wow, Gold, you're that tall and still can't get a woman." That was the take.
What? That's
Dang.
It is easier to date if you're tall.
Is that confirmed?
No, I know.
I think
hold on.
100%. Are we kidding me? That's absolutely
Also,
no,
true.
wait, hang on. It depends.
We've also
it
talked
depends.
about this. It's not getting the date. It's just way too picky. That we've talked about with our boss with our dating show.
You don't have trouble getting a date.
No, that's not the issue.
Also,
I
it
can
sounds like
assure
you don't date during football season, which I think takes that also takes half the year almost out of your.
That was almost as arrogant as MVS. The date's not the problem, I can assure you.
I mean, just saying.
That was almost as strong as MVS.
It's like it's not.
Damn.
Well, because people are making it seem like, oh, he's on the apps and just nobody will go on a date with him, and that's just not true.
That is a little bit what Twitch was suggesting.
If you're 5'8" versus 6'4", yes, that's a difference. But if you're 6 foot compared to 6'4", I don't think it's not that big.
It's
deal.
harder, I think, if you're 5'8", 5'9",
if you're under 6 foot.
You got a distinct advantage over anybody else in the dating pool at your height.
Someone with a nice callback to Drew's earlier comment yesterday. Someone says Gold doesn't need a woman; he's satisfied.
Correct.
That's Drew is satisfied as
You
well.
seem satisfied,
According to yesterday. All right, guys, we're back at it tomorrow here on Cody and Gold. Vern will join us. We'll also talk about one things that our buddies at the Character Concerns podcast, Bink and Chris, talked about with the rookies and some of the pressure. So we'll get into that tomorrow. The Drive with special guest Xavier Worthy coming up next.